What's your name?
My name is Paul Raj, I'm 25, and I'm a teacher from London.
Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors at Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today, and I've prioritised this story because I think it's very important and it's got little to no coverage in the mainstream media. A music teacher has been jailed for participating in the discussion in a chat room about the abuse of children and also child porn. And this music teacher was also on The Voice UK, which is a talent show similar to the X Factor. And he went to Brit School with Jessie J and Adele, and he was in the same class as them. But this hasn't even got a Daily Mail story. And the only source that we have originally was from the NCA website on the statement. He was said to have discussed in the chat room about finding 10 and 12-year-old pupils at his school cute. And this definitely highlights the insidious nature of predators and the fact that they will try to get jobs in the same environment that children work in, even though some people will assume due to the fact there was no cases from the school as of yet. But he definitely discussed children from the school. They say he's a music teacher who appeared on the BBC talent show The Voice, and he's been jailed for viewing and distributing child abuse images. Paul Raj, whose real name is Paul Rajasegaram, who's 33 years old from Westminster, London, was arrested by the NCA investigation that found that he was behind a persona discussing sexual abuse of children on a chat platform that was frequented by paedophiles. The NCA officers had acquired intelligence on the user on the platforms and found that he said that two of his pupils, who were 10 and 12 years old, were really cute. Further identification of Paul led to his arrest in January of 2018. A number of devices were seized from his home, and forensic analysis of an Apple laptop computer revealed 58 images and 10 child abuse videos. There was chat conversations in a Skype account associated to his name, and they showed that he'd shared the images with other paedophiles on a platform. And these range from category A, which is the worst kind, to category C, which is equally as bad, but they do have to put them in categories. Following his arrest, Paul Raj was immediately suspended from the Tower Hamlets school that he taught at and the performing arts school that he worked at on weekends. So his whole life was around children, basically. The NCA conducted safeguarding checks on pupils at both of the locations, and the pupils were aged 10 to 12 years old. They say there was no evidence that offending had taken place against any pupil, but to be honest, him just being around them, I think, was an offence, and he should have been convicted of lying on his application for work. At Suffolk Crown Court on the 19th of May, Raj was sentenced to 2 years and 3 months. He pled guilty on the 14th of April 2021 to 3 counts of making and distributing indecent images of children. And I think that, frankly, is an offensive sentence. The fact that he abused his power and the trust that he was given to be working alongside children and discussing them in these platforms, he should have got a hell of a lot longer. NCA Operations Manager Martin Ludlow said, Raj was a significant risk to children, and as a teacher he had access to young boys whom he was sexually attracted to. So in that statement they revealed that the victims and the abuse was focused on young boys. He said he sought out child abuse images and exchanged them with other people, and it's easy to forget that behind every sexual image is a victim whose life has been torn apart by the exploitation, the NCA goes on to say. And it's men like Raj that are fueling the demand for the horrendous material. So this is what I'm saying by the severity of this case and the way that he deceived so many people, and the fact that he was also had an element of celebrity because he'd appeared on like a big show and he did quite well on that show. The only article in the newspapers that I can find on him is from 2014 when he first appeared in Series 1 of The Voice. He said in the Daily Mail article at the time that I don't want to reach 40 years old and be remembered as Adele's classmate from the Brit School. And I'm happy to say that he will no longer be remembered as that when he's 40. He'll be known as a paedophile. The article in 2014 February goes on to say his hopes were pinned on the blind audition success, but the teacher, Paul Raj, went home in tears on Saturday after all 4 coaches failed to turn. They said he did a version of Chris Brown's Fine China, and Kylie Minogue was hovering over the button, and Will from Black Eyed Peas said that he regrets not turning. So that was a close call for Will, and that could have really damaged him if this artist was associated to him. It also goes to show that these shows are sometimes bad, because I would never judge somebody upon first meeting them. You can't just befriend somebody and trust somebody on that basis. You can't just trust somebody and assume somebody's a good person because they work with children. That is not how the world works, and this is what we've learned in the past 5 years when more and more cases have emerged, especially from the 70s when there was a lot more abuse that wasn't revealed. Of course, you can't spend your life just not trusting anybody, but people have to earn that trust around your children. Because these creatures are very, very clever. They're not stupid all the time. They're not the guys that you see on the paedophile hunter videos. Some of these guys are so clever that they've disguised themselves and they're covered in a title that you just wouldn't question. As we learned in the cases of Jeffrey Epstein, and as more and more paedophile rings are uncovered over the months, with the case in America with Ghislaine Maxwell expecting to speak about other paedophiles to get a lesser sentence, I'm sure we're going to find out a lot more in the future about these hidden sort of groups. So like I said, I thought this was really weird. That why isn't this a big story? Why wasn't this on BBC News on the actual TV? Why wasn't this spinning? They've got footage. He was on their TV show. Why wouldn't you highlight that? Do you know what I mean? Like, you've just gone through this whole Martin Bashir disaster with the Diana interview where they've revealed that Martin Bashir lied in order to get this interview. And now they're just ignoring the fact that former contestants on their TV shows are actually predators of children. So again, this is why I thought this story was really important. This video would not get adverts from YouTube and would definitely not be recommended. So it is literally down to you in order to get this video out there. So I'd really appreciate it if you shared it and also drop a comment as well so other people can hear your opinion on this story. So really appreciate you joining me for this episode. I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Peace.